Early August, and I am trying to get all of my scouting in before teal season starts. When I say scouting, I'm not looking for birds. I'm looking at vegetation growth. So if I've got so many places I hunt out here that I've got to know, I want to know what has good vegetation, moist soil growth, and what doesn't. So if I have to hunt something blind in November or December, I've already been out there. I know kind of where the good vegetation is, where the good hides are. It just it alleviates me having to go out and try to figure it out in the dark. So when I say scouting, I'm preparing myself to hunt something blind without knowing that a duck's there or not. That's what I'm doing. Here is, if you follow me on Instagram at Freelance Duck Hunting, you've already seen this, but here is my new duck cave. Show it to you. Man, I'm so excited about this. Having this space, I can tell you that. I am so excited about it. Golden Boy helped me hang these kayaks up there. So, now this is all Golden Boy stuff. Get your crap out of here, Golden Boy. So here are all my decoys hung. Everything's pretty much greenhead gear except for all the stuff here. And there actually is a few little 6 gadwall that are greenhead gear, but greenhead gear fall teal, greenhead gear XD Pro mallards, and then greenhead gear XD Canadas. So here's what it looks like. I love this place. Got my banded 2.0s hanging here. I'm turning this into a cleaning station. This is gonna be my cleaning station. I'm actually gonna cut a hole out here to where I can just clean the birds, dump them right into the trash can underneath. This trash can will only be used for carcasses. This is my cleaning station. Here I actually have a cleanable thing on there. Here's all of my clothing all kept in one spot. So I got these thin early season stuff, my banded hoodies. I've got my banded warmer coats. I've got my pullovers, rainproof pullovers, and then I've got some vests that I can throw on underneath, and this stuff doesn't get used very often. Got my Snow Goose snow wear. I'm loving it. And up here I keep all of my different waterfowl stuff. So this is just gloves alone. This is, I believe, calls and whatever the heck those things are called. I can't blanket on that. This is kind of cooking stuff. This is face masks and beanies. And then over in here, I've got shell holders. I've got, these are gloves I don't use very often, plus miscellaneous. I've got more gloves. This is more late season gloves, where right now over here I just have early season gloves. And this is turned backwards, but these are a lot of extra shells. What do I got in here? Oh, this whole thing's turned backwards, and a lot more shells. Actually, this is flashlights, not shells. There it is. There's the duck cave. Anyway, I gotta go over here and I gotta load the boat up. Oh, fumble mitts. He's always parking where we've got the boat. Smack that fumble mitts. Here is our whole historic barn. Man, that sucker is old. And inside of there, I will keep the boat whenever we need to do something in there. But for right now, we keep the boat inside the barn. So I gotta go get the boat, because today I'm gonna go up this river, and there's 2 different marshes I want to look at. We do not hunt these marshes very often. In fact, I haven't hunted them for a couple years. But I'll show you the main marsh I want to look at today. I've hunted 3 times, and I'm averaging over 5 birds a hunt at that pool. So it's a good pool when I go in there, and I need to probably focus on it a little more. So let me go get Fumble Mitts and get him to move his truck. Let's see what Fumble Mitts is doing here. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, this property came with a pool, aka money pit, which I dump money into every day. Hey, get your husband to move his truck.
Husband, move my truck. Get your husband to dump the poop.
My husband, I don't have a...
I mean your father to dump
Come
the
on,
poop.
get your truck out of there.
Hey, you.
There he is. He's not coming today because he's afraid of the heat. It's gonna be like 97 today.
Go in our bathroom and take a sniff.
I don't want to go in your bathroom and take a sniff. You just came out of there.
It smelled. No, I didn't. It smells like a sewer.
Well, that's what happens after you take a dump.
No,
When I got you were just coming out of there earlier. I'm not gonna go in and smell what you did.
Well, he won't believe me. It needs to be dumped. It's horrible.
I'm not gonna go in there and smell you guys' turds. I'll pass. A nice try on that one. Not happening. All right, I'm taking, it's just little Georgie and I going out there today. I can't get anyone to go with me. Aiden's out of town. My boys are weenies. Actually checked in with Josh from Outdoor Limits. He's like, I'm hanging with my wife today. He's getting in wife time before the season starts. Smart on you. Josh, you want to get in lots of wife time before the season starts because we're only a few weeks away. Load up, load up, load up. Good girl. There's my gunner kennel. Come on, baby girl, get in there. Only hunted this one time in my life. See some water back in there. Well, these right here, smartweed. Scientific name Smarticus bonweedius. That's a good sign. Take a peek, walk around in there, see what's going on. Looks like the recent rains flooded this stuff like crazy. I think that's barnyard grass, wild millet, I believe. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is wild millet. So that's good. George, you want to retrieve? Let's give George a retrieve real quick here. Georgie. Go, Georgie, go. Ooh, it feels nice in here. I'm gonna go ahead and walk out into this stuff and just kind of peek at it and see what we got going on out here. Feels really nice. Feels nice out here. Nice cool water. We got a huge rain. Recently, probably filled this up. So, you know, if I had waited to come out here in the dark, you got a boat ride to get into this thing. So, if I had not scouted this today, I probably wouldn't have been able to scout it during season. So I know it's here now. And good dog. I know it's here, and I know what this hole here looks like. I'm gonna go explore a little more, but I know what it looks like, and I could come in here and hunt it blind if I needed to, at least when I'm done here. So that's why I'm here. I'm showing this because I don't think people will recognize it. I really don't. And if people do recognize this, that means they've been out here and already looked at it, because this stuff looks different every year. So I feel like I can show it. If you already know about it, you know about it. If you don't, you have no idea where I'm at. So I'm over here on this other side. Pretty sure this is, I'm hoping, pretty sure that this is wild. We got a mixture of smartweed and wild millet in here. Let me show you here again. I am pretty sure that that's wild millet, barnyard grass. And I know for certain the stuff with the pink on it is smartweed. So, fantastic. Looks great. Looks great. Speaking of looking great, this girl's ready for the season, I can promise you that. She's ready to roll. So, now, I've seen this interior big pool here, and so I bet you that clear up in there looks really good, but I'll go look at that. I'd be willing to bet you there's gonna be at least a group in here hunting during teal season. Just cutting through the wild millet. Woohoo, yay, wild millet. And the smartweed. I'm hoping, it looks like there might be a pool right over here. Trying to find a pool, maybe even a shallower pool. Look at all this, Smarticus von Weedius. Awesome. Ducks love smartweed, and they love that wild millet barnyard grass. Looks like there's a hole right over here. Let's go see it. Yep, there it is. This was actually connected to that main channel, so not quite as hidden as I thought. And I'm in ankle deep water right now. Ankle deep. Let's do a little harder one for G. Sit. All right, I'm gonna put this sucker. I'm gonna try to put it. Oh, geese. It's coming, boys. Some of you may know this, but for those of you that don't, this knee-deep stuff is a little deeper than what teal really prefer. So in a section like this where it's about knee-deep, I'm gonna go back and see how shallow it gets in here, because teal really like it shallower than they do knee deep. I mean, they'll land in knee deep. Is that a teal? They'll land. There might be. I think it's a wood duck. They'll land in knee deep, but shallower the better. Right, girl? At this point, I'm just wandering around. I don't know how much effort I should give to just wandering around in this stuff. The thing is, if I can find a hole way back off the beaten path, the only way to find it is to get in it. And I'd be willing to bet you that there is one somewhere in here. So it's about 3:30, 97 degrees. How much effort do I want to expend to try to find it? That's the question. If I don't find any more holes out here, I haven't found any yet, then I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get on Google Earth, and I'm gonna look through the historical data of images of this pool and see if I can locate, which I should have done before I came out here, honestly. See if I can locate where the holes are traditionally out here. Because holes in vegetation a lot of times are the same year after year. So that'll be my next step. But as close as I've found to a hole back in here. Problem with this is, man, you can lose a ton of birds in a spot like this. I mean, you can lose a ton of birds. So, but this is a little hole. If you hunt a hole like this, you better make sure you're taking some close, easy shots, because you are going to lose a bunch of birds if you're not careful in this stuff. But it is a nice little hole for them to drop down into. And then once they drop down into this spot, they can swim into some of the places with more vegetation, more food. There. Well, I should probably mark this on GPS. As of right now, this would be my #1 spot here. Got that open pool there, and as you come all the way back, it gets shallower. And you got on these sides, all this stuff is flooded, and that's that millet. There's smartweed in here. It's a little bit farther back in. So I might even just want to set up right on the open water on the edge of this stuff there. That would be a good idea, I think, right there where the water meets the vegetation. I'd like that spot a lot. Mark it myself. Georgie! I'll whistle on this time where she gets off. She's right on it. I'll tell you what, the way this stuff lays down, good dog. Good girl. Look how easily this vegetation lays down. Here's another idea. As easily as this vegetation lays down back in here, if we could get one of the kayaks back in here or a sled, we could probably flatten it and make a nice big hole. I mean, this stuff flattens down so easy. Just when Georgie ran through, it flattened straight out. So that's not, I like it back in here farther. Not a bad idea. This is my spot right here. This is my spot. Teal season, you have to get that hidden. You could probably just sit on buckets in here. Decoys right here, right at the edge of this vegetation. I think there's going to be a flight line, just from how it looks, right into here. Sun off to the left. This is the spot I want right here. This is my #1 spot, but I can still go further that way. That other hole's back there. There's a hole back there. So I reasonably have 3 or 4 spots here. But I like this spot a lot. Well, that's all I'm gonna show you today. I'm worn out from that. Thank you for joining me on this scout. It was fun getting out of here. Season will be starting very soon. I will be posting another video soon. Thanks for watching.